you think this is going to be a nice Easter weekend? We thought it was going to be all fun and giggles and beautiful flowers and alcoholic beverages and good food with your family and friends. No. Drivers in the Xfinity Series decide to fuck your picks and fuck solid drivers by not even turning the steering wheel in pit road. It's like it's their first time driving, but they drive every weekend in the Truck Series or every other weekend in the Truck Series. And then we go up to the Cup and then people just cheat and get rewarded and then NASCAR fucks it up. But we're going to get right into the podcast. Don't worry. We're heated. I'm already drinking large sips of water. We have the very large jug of water here for you guys to watch me sip on while I fucking lose my goddamn mind today on the podcast. Okay? Yeah. Welcome to the HOT PASS podcast. Every Monday and Friday for your ears, usually in the morning, but because of the race was late last night, we're recording a little late. Friday morning betting show every week. Xfinity and truck picks every week are exclusive to that show. And then follow me on my Action Network, Linktree in the bio on all my social media, which is at @FurlongEric_. You can find me there on X, Instagram, TikTok. The links are in the bio to go to my Action Network to find the Cup Series picks. Everything super early, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever the lines come out. I place my Cup Series bets, whatever I think are hot and early. I place them on my Action Network so you guys can get them before the Friday morning betting show. And Xfinity and trucks, I'll tweet out a couple of extra picks for you guys super early on if you guys don't already know the down low, because you guys, some people are new listeners, okay? So make sure to like, rate, share, and subscribe to the podcast. We got a little lazy last Friday and didn't upload the Friday morning betting show onto YouTube, but we're going to get back into that. Don't worry, okay? This one's going to need to be on fucking YouTube because I'm losing my mind. I'm already sweating. We got the fan on, not too high because I don't want to make a noise. We've got the water. We're feeling good. Windows open. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Ontario, Canada. So let's just dive right into the fucking podcast. You know, do a water count today because I'm fucking fired up. So let's start off with Xfinity. You know, 8:30 a.m. I don't know who signed up for that or signed off on that. 8:30 a.m. Practice qualifying on a Saturday morning. What kind of fucking on Easter long weekend, bro? What kind of disrespect are you doing? Anyways, I wake up. I'm already up. I want to go to the gym. It's a girlfriend's birthday weekend. We're having people over, so I want to see, because last weekend I didn't really give like that many picks, but I said Brandon Jones. Well, that was great until it wasn't. That was great until it wasn't it? We had 28-1. He qualifies second. He's done really well here. And eventually, I mean, throughout the race, he ends up just not even making it like halfway through the race. He blows his fucking engine, dude. Brandon Jones, it's not his fault. But that team is dead to me till they show speed anywhere else, because it's the only place last year, maybe Michigan, but it's the only other place he really showed fucking speed last year. And then they blew an engine on this one. Not touching it. Not touching it. Not even on a super speedway. We're not touching it. So then we're watching the race, right? And we're like, oh, I had Justin Allgaier, you know, late pick. And it's a good race. It looks like a beautiful Saturday. I'm watching the race, taking care of some dog, like the two dogs or whatever, our pugs, while there's chaos downstairs because there's so many people. And, you know, we're watching the race and it's going well. And then, you know, Eric Almirola takes the lead and I'm like, it's going to be a fucking snooze fest. It's going to be a snooze fest. But then strategy comes into play. And, you know, the guy that we picked, Sam Mayer, I don't even know what I got him at. 18-1. And it's not always about betting, but I'm trying to watch the race. And whoever is in charge of telling where Taylor Gray is supposed to fucking go on. Hey, Taylor, big fan of you in the Truck Series. Had you to win at COTA. I've been a fan of you. You're going to get a win in the Truck Series this fucking year. But what the fuck was it? The broadcast barely touched on it other than when somebody criticized that dude. Sam Mayer, I didn't see anything about him going up to him. Ruined Sam Mayer's day. If you guys didn't watch the fucking race and you only really watched the Cup Series race, they were on pit road. They're doing, there was a caution or whatever, and Sam Mayer comes down and you know, I think it was the end of stage 2. And Sam Mayer's got a fast car, dude. And I'm thinking he's winning this race. This car is fucking lightning fast. I think he was in second. He pits. And he's going by now Taylor Gray, and Taylor Gray does his pit stop. He's coming out. Taylor doesn't even turn the wheel. Taylor Gray is going Sam Mayer is going straight on pit road. Taylor Gray comes diagonal out of his fucking pit stall and smokes him, and dents it in. And then they end up cutting a tire down and fucks his day. And we're not talking about it. I know we're all hung up on the Denny stuff. We're gonna get to that in the Cup Series. But, dude, you can't get worse fucking luck than that. He had the car to win, to battle Chandler Smith, to battle Eric Almirola, to battle Joe Gibbs Racing and take down the Toyotas, which have been dominant in all 3 series. I mean, Chevrolet has won a lot of races in the Truck Series, but Taylor Gray or Corey Heim winning at COTA last week. And then now you get fucking another 2 Toyotas, Joe Gibbs with the sweep on the weekend. I mean, fucking ridiculous. What's going on in the Chevy and the Ford camp? You know, so you sit there and you just can't make it up. Anyways, when it comes to betting, we ended up becoming exactly even because they gave us a super long shot of a Corey Heim top 5 and he finishes 4th. So we hit that. And then 2 head-to-heads. So we're exactly even. In the series that is probably the most unpredictable, which is the Xfinity series. I mean, trucks are pretty bad, but Xfinity, it just seems like you still get these fucking idiots on a weekly basis screwing things up for me. And I just I'm never on the right side of it. To break out even rather than the shit that happened fucking last week. Just getting absolutely smoked and rolled over the coals because of a fucking S's violations. I'm just happy to come out exactly even and make my money back. Thank you very much. So that was the race. You know, Chandler Smith goes and wins. He was like a 2-1 or 2.5-1 fucking for the win. Are you fucking crazy? Not taking it, dude. And he really didn't look like he had the winning car all day. And I don't think he had the winning car. Because Sam Mayer fucking had the winning car. Maybe I have a Chevy racing thing in the background here, but Dale Sr. Respects to the Dale Sr. But I do have a Junior Motorsports thing signed with like Sam Mayer and like all the guys, Josh Berry from last year and everything. Big fans, right? Might sound a little biased. But nobody was talking about the speed that fucking car had. The broadcast did a terrible job of showing a competitive car. I mean, I'm going to keep next weekend. I think. Let me pull it up. I just want to make sure that Xfinity is there at Martinsville because we're taking Sam Mayer. Yep, boom. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Look at that shit, dude. 7:30 p.m. April 6th. Xfinity Series is at Martinsville. So a night race at Martinsville for Xfinity Series. I'm coming back with a vengeance. And I'm going to touch on this in a second. But Sam Mayer, top 5 and to win. That guy's got speed. He's got to be on the other side of the bad luck at some point, and I'm going to fucking take it again. So there's my early play. Wait till all the books open up their Xfinity stuff, which usually is about Wednesday. Thursday morning is usually when all the lines come out for Xfinity. Take whatever's the longest odds on Sam Mayer. He's probably going to qualify well or half decent, at least within the top 10, maybe just outside the top 10. And if it's like an 18-1, a 20-1, fucking take that. Don't hammer it, but take that. And then if a top 5, like a plus 225, plus 250, I'm hammering the shit out of that because he's got the speed. Okay, he's had the speed at Phoenix, gets caught up in the bullshit, probably could have won the race there, and then ends up getting fucked over by some dumbass Taylor Gray. I mean, I love Taylor Gray. It's not he's a dumbass, but I don't know what the fuck you were doing. We got no explanation on what the hell he was doing. Stupid ass fucking spotter. Bench these pieces of... Oh. All right. But I want to tell you what happened in Martinsville. Then we're gonna get into the Cup Series stuff. Just fucking wait. Patience, my kids. Okay, last year at Martinsville in the fall, we had Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill to win the race. And if you don't know what happened, if you do know, you're sitting there listening to this in your car, driving around at work, at home, watching it on YouTube, whatever. And you're sitting here going, oh, no fucking way, dude. Because, like, Austin Hill and Sam Mayer in that race were like, I don't know. At one point, Sheldon Creed was like 50-1. Sammy Smith as well. Sammy Smith was 50-1 for a championship. But, like, Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed were like 21 or 25-1 to win the race. And they both crash each other on the final lap in overtime, and then Justin Allgaier goes and wins by a little bit on Sheldon Creed. And so if you haven't seen it, just go watch the video Fall Martinsville. I've talked about it early on when we first had the first couple episodes of the Hot Pass podcast. And I talked about that and all that crazy shit that went on there. And, Austin Hill and the disrespect of Austin Hill and RCR towards Sheldon Creed. So I'm coming back for a fucking vengeance, okay? In the Xfinity Series at Martinsville, we're going to fucking win some goddamn money, whether it's $10, $5, a cent, or $1,000. We're coming in for a fucking vengeance. I'm making some sort of money at fucking Martinsville this Saturday night, okay? Let's go into the Cup Series that everybody is waiting to hear about. So, I'm having a good day. It's the girlfriend's birthday. I've gone to the gym. I've pumped some iron. We're looking jocked. All right. Even today, we're not even wearing. I'm pissed at NASCAR. So I'm not even wearing a NASCAR t-shirt. I'm not wearing a NASCAR hat. I'm wearing fucking hiking pants because my girlfriend's got me going on a 3-day excursion in May in Algonquin Park. You can look it up on Google. Algonquin Park in Northern Ontario. So there will be no podcast in May of that weekend. But we're comfy because we're fucking mad at NASCAR. So we're not coming and showing off, hey, look at NASCAR stuff. No, we're mad. We're mad. I think I might have to go on a hiatus for a couple of days and not post anything about NASCAR. That's a total lie because I'm too addicted to NASCAR. They've created such a good product for the most part, unless it's a short track package, that I'm too in love. So, it's a good day. My buddy's down there or whatever with his girlfriend. They're from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they traveled down to Richmond. I mean, I wouldn't personally be going to these short track races because they're boring as fuck unless you got super lucky going to that Bristol race. But, yeah, dude. I don't know where to start. So I guess start at the start and finish. So it's raining all day. All right. It's on and off down there. And the sun's peeking through, and they decide to end up putting the wet weather tires on. Fantastic. We're going to get the race going. Now, I took some last-minute matchups as well for Stage 1, and they all hit other than last second. William Byron beats Chris Buescher, and I was so close to hitting that by one spot. But, we get it. We're getting into the race, and they're starting with the wet weather tires, and it's exciting. I'm like, look at this, dude. Maybe let's get a little drizzle in the track. Let's keep them going. I saw some tweets. Hey, man, let's keep these wet weather tires out there because this is the best Richmond race we've seen in a while. So then at like lap 30, they do the non-competitive pit stops. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's going to take Kyle Larson to win Stage 1. Well, that ended up cashing, and I didn't do it. It was only 4-1, though. And we're sitting. I'm just sitting, just watching the race. And it's, not the worst race. And, some pit strategy starts coming into play, and then in stage 1 is kind of a wash because they had the wet weather tires, not rain tires, wet weather. And at this point, I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, so we call them wet weather tires, but the track pretty much needs to be fucking dry because you don't have wipers, you don't have tail lights, there can't be any spray, so pretty much you need almost a dry track. You pretty much need a dry track to be able to race in them anyway, so what the fuck are we doing having wet weather tires? To be honest, and I saw a lot of people saying it, throughout the race, people were just like, can we just bring back the wet weather tires because they end up going back. They end up putting the slicks on, and then it was just a traditional boring parade around for 3 hours on slicks at Richmond, just a typical fucking Richmond race. And you're just sitting there like, can we put the wet weather tires on? Please make it interesting. Somebody throw a bucket of water on turn 1. Make this exciting. Also, Daniel Suarez, shouts out to him. He went full Tokyo Drift in the first stage. But anyways, stage 2 comes along. And if you didn't watch the race, you saw, and we talked about this about Hailie Deegan a couple weeks ago at Phoenix. All right. If you don't know, Hailie Deegan barely slides up into the wall. They immediately call a caution. Called the guy sexist because I was like, what? Because a girl? Because if anybody else does that, barely slides up into the wall, you're not calling a caution. Well, they called me out. They listened to the Hot Pass podcast and they said, oh, wait a minute. You thought I was sexist then? Oh, you thought I was sexist, dude. How about this? How about I call a caution on Kyle Busch for barely sliding and hitting, barely kissing his ass cheeks against the wall? I don't know. So if you don't know what happened, supposedly he gets loose in turn 3 and he slides up in turn 4, during turn 4 in the center of the turn, and gets up into the wall. He fucking just barely clips the fucking wall. A couple of pebbles come flying from underneath because all the debris up there, right? A couple pebbles. Just start rolling. Down off the wall. Right? And they call a caution. They showed the replay. Immediately when he touches the wall, lights come on. Immediately when he touches the wall. I have never seen a faster caution unless it was Daniel Suarez or Eric Almirola, Harrison Burton, whoever it was, spinning at Phoenix last year with Kevin Harvick leading the race by like 6 or 9 seconds or whatever at Phoenix last year in the spring race. Kids are yelling outside, shut up, stop having fun. We're recording the Hot Pass podcast. So I'm sitting there like, are you fucking serious, dude? What the fuck is a caution at this point? At this point, I have no idea what a caution is. Because in the Xfinity Series or Truck Series, a guy could... I feel like the only time they call a caution was when a guy's whole rear axle fucking flies off. Any other time, they could just be, spinning around. How many times have we seen guys full on spin around? Fuck, what race was it? It was this year. A guy does a full, I think it was fucking Phoenix. Was it Xfinity Series or Cup? I specifically fucking remember at Phoenix. A guy does a full 360. I think it was Xfinity because Hailie Deegan slides up against the wall. They call a caution immediately. And later on in the race, a guy does a full 360 in front of the field and still not a caution. So what the fuck is a caution? Anybody want to explain to us what a caution is? Because I've got no fucking clue. That took a lot out of me. I'm drinking my fucking water. I have no idea. And we're going to move on from this, but I just don't know. I mean, at least at Talladega and Daytona and Atlanta, like when somebody fucking explodes or flies through the air, you call a caution. But everywhere else, you have no fucking clue. Do I clip that off and make that a clip? God fucking damn it, dude. Anyway, so stage 2, that happens. Fucks up pit strategy for Kyle Larson. He kind of got already through the field, but Bubba was a 5th place car and probably could have at some point won the race. I mean, we'll talk about that in a minute, but Bubba Wallace gets trapped back in 15th. Alex Bowman goes down a lap. Like, you totally screwed them, dude. So did somebody like piss in your cornflakes, the guy with the fucking caution finger? Did somebody piss in your fucking cornflakes on a Sunday morning? Did your wife cheat on you on Easter Sunday? I'm just trying to figure this out. Why were you so mad? Did Kyle Busch fuck your wife? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm just talking out loud. I'm not trying to, future sponsorships. I would love future sponsorships. I'm just speaking out loud. I'm just trying to brainstorm the ideas of why you called that a caution. I have no clue. Whatever. Just trying to figure it out. Maybe I'll figure it out someday, but I think it's a lost hope at this point. So, they get screwed and, stage 3 happens and we're driving through stage 3 and it's a Martin Truex leading and we're now, I did tell you guys on here, Martin Truex, and I talked it out loud. Same with Joey Logano. I talked it out loud. I'm not sure. I said, but if I'm going to take anybody, it would be Truex. I end up taking Kyle Larson. Well, didn't that fuck us? It doesn't even matter because it fucked us anyways. I'm honestly, to be honest, I'm happy Truex didn't win because I would have been, or I didn't take Truex because I would have been way more upset. Way more upset. But the race continues on. We're watching the race. Stage 3, it's a fuck, and we eventually pit. Everybody's doing the 2-stop strategy because NASCAR fucked the first strategy in stage 2 by splitting and doing a 1-stop. And so everybody, there's a typical boring Richmond race. And so they're pouncing around, rolling around, doing whatever. Nobody can pass. It's fucking terrible. It's boring as shit. And, Bubba gets back up there in the top 5. I've got Joey Logano. I got Bubba at 45-1, baby. Larson's up there. He can't really get to him. He's half a second, just been sitting half a second behind Martin Truex the whole time. Joey Logano took him at 16-1, baby. We talked about Joey, and I said Joey runs well here. I'm going to take Joey in the fall as well. I'm going to take Joey probably every time we come to Richmond. He's going to get a win in the Gen 7 car. Joey, I as I said in the past, I'm not the biggest Joey Logano fan, but he turned it around this weekend. He very well could have won. That car was fast. He just figures out something about Richmond. I don't understand. He could be very terrible at all the other tracks this year, but Richmond, he just figures it out. So, those guys are running up front. They're in the top 10. We took like a late Brad Keselowski as well. We had the Martin Truex top 5. It was feeling nice. If one of our guys could just get out front that we had money on and win the race, it would have been a huge day, right? Well, late, 2 laps to go. Bubba, Larson get into each other. We all saw it. And this is the stuff I just want to get into. So we go down pit road. I'm happy because Kyle Larson has number 1 pit stall, but he got caught up in that, so he's just a little bit behind. I know Larson got in front of Truex for a second there, but it really didn't do much during the pit strategies and stuff. But so then we go down pit road under caution to go to overtime. And, Denny has a fast pit. And I went, oh my God, Denny's just going to win this. Now, I'm on an emotional roller coaster. You guys, if you've been listening to this for a while, emotional roller coaster up and down with Denny, right? Up and down with Denny. I don't hate Denny for obviously having a good pit. He had a good pit. Truex had a slower one. Logano had a bit of a slower one. Bubba, fire the crew. I'm a big fan of Bubba. We've got stuff signed behind us here. We got the die cast. The girlfriend's got the stuffed fox or coyote, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. All I know is it's a stuffed dog, and it's signed. Right? Big fan of Bubba. Met him a couple times. Great guy. This is no fault of his own. His team on pit road can never come fucking clutch. What are we doing? Tyler Reddick was pretty much a non-factor all day, but keep an eye on these guys, these 23-11 guys when it comes to the fall. Tyler Reddick very well could. He ran pretty much just outside the top 10 or around 10th like all fucking day. Man, just... that late restart for overtime, Bubba could have won the fucking race the way it played out. You have a fast pit stall. You could have came out first, second, third, or fourth, and you had an Oh, man. I was throwing shit. I was so fucking mad, dude. I was like, there's no way they just blew that again. There's no fucking way. And I just had a feeling. And until they prove me wrong, every fucking time, I'm just going to be like, He's running top 5. Oh my God, late caution. Every time it's going to go, they're about to fuck it up. And until they prove me wrong, I'm just going to keep thinking that way. So, Bubba ends up finishing 15th, dude? 13th, whatever 13th, I think. Dude. I can't even comprehend how stupid and how fucking bad his pit team is. Fuck, man. And I feel like those points are going to hurt him. If he does not get a win, shit like that, he's not getting in the playoffs, man. But we still have lots of mile and a halves. We got the Coke 600. We got Kansas. We got plenty of fucking races to go. Michigan as well. We've got plenty of races where Bubba can win. I'm not too worried just yet. But the performance they've had at Vegas, which is very unfortunate with getting the wheels stuck or the nut stuck, whatever. And then this dude, luckily got lots of points and shit, but what the fuck? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So let's get into this restart debacle. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it on X. I'm sure you'll find it. YouTube. Eric Estep does a great breakdown on Out of the Groove on YouTube of the restart. Denny jumped the fucking gun. I'm not a Denny hater. Yes, you heard me on this podcast say I'm not the biggest fan of Denny, but I'm not the biggest Denny hater. You jumped the restart, dude. Yes, Martin Truex laid back just a wee bit or whatever, but there's videos now of the in-car camera of Martin Truex with sound, and you hear Denny launch before the white line. You can see the white line, and he launches before. I don't need... give me the SMT data. I cannot wait to hear Actions Detrimental, to hear Denny just go, actually, sir, so I rolled. Martin laid back, and I took advantage of that. I got right to the white line, and immediately at the white line, I restarted. So, I don't understand what everybody's talking about. What's funny, though, is when Denny goes on these rants, and I'm just predicting it because as far as when I'm recording this, I haven't seen that he has come out with it yet, his podcast. But he's all for pulling up SMT data when somebody else is in the wrong. But when he's in the right and he cheats, I don't see the fucking SMT. We never see the SMT data. He just sits there and just goes, I won the race. I didn't do anything. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Pocono between Larson and Hamlin doesn't pull up any SMT data, but I'm sure if we pulled up the SMT data, you turned into him. I'm sure somewhere we could see you fucking hit him, and it was obvious on video. And I'm tired of I'm just making assumptions, but I'm just tired of Denny. He's gonna lie his whole way through this, dude. How many times we've caught you fucking lying, and then you blatantly cheated, and for some reason, so go watch the video. He fucking jumps a restart and then uses up Truex in turn 1, and then Denny goes and wins the race. Logano second, Larson third. That hurts. Second and third once again with my winning picks. Larson 7.5 to 1, and then Joey Logano 16 to 1. Only lost 0.6 of a unit, which is fantastic. Had a great day or great weekend on baseball and college basketball, so that's great. Follow me on the Action Network at @FurlongEric_ on X and Instagram. And then NASCAR says, so first off, Fox doesn't even get we don't get to see the restart because they're zoomed in on guys turning around turn 3 and 4 for some reason. So we don't even get to see the restart. And we're like, how did Denny get out front so far? And then after Denny wins the race, Fox decides to show the restart like a normal what they should have done in the first place. And everybody's like, whoa, Denny jumped the fucking start. And we all see it now, and we all go, that was the most blatant fucking jump the start we've seen in a long time. And NASCAR's just been bad at calling them. They've been bad at calling out guys on laying back on restarts and they started hammering them at the end of last year. Haven't really seen it this year. I think we might have seen it at Daytona maybe, but I mean, man, like you can't say that he did not fucking jump the start when we've seen in-car video and shit now, dude. People have slowed down the video of the Fox broadcast. You jumped, dude. You jumped the fucking start. And you know what's really annoying is last week I was going off about COTA. I was going off about fucking COTA and how by like on Saturday they finally show us the penalty of Shane Van Gisbergen and how close he was. You're telling me that wasn't as close as a fucking cunt hair? For a fucking penalty for cutting the S's? It was literally as much as a cunt hair. Are you fucking serious, dude? And then we don't call that. We don't call the jump of the restart. Oh my fucking God. I don't even know what to say anymore. It makes me not want to put money on this. It makes me not want to watch it. It makes me not want to show up, which is bullshit because I'll still go to the races because it's a great experience. But dude, you call last week, Eric Estep said on Out of the Groove today or whatever on his YouTube video and made a great point. You call all these little bullshit chintzy penalties, like 37 or 27 of them, whatever it was, between the Xfinity and Truck Series at COTA last week. And then the Cup Series, a couple of them, not many, for like being this close, like half an inch by cutting the S's. And then this week, you go to not even fucking reviewing. Not even reviewing a most blatant jump to a restart we've seen in I don't know, couple of fucking years, dude. I mean, and props to Denny. Props to Denny, because he probably did it and went, NASCAR ain't going to call me on this. He's a smart dude. He's a smart dude. NASCAR, it's not Denny's fault. Well, it's Denny's fault for jumping the restart, but he knows that NASCAR ain't calling the shit, dude. Oh. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Oh, my God. I mean, at this point, we should all just be betting on Denny on a weekly basis as our handicap, because at some point, it's just going to keep happening. It's just going to keep happening. We're going to get screwed again. I mean, and then when you bet on Denny, it's going to be some other guy jumping the restart, and then it causes a ripple effect, and it's going to continue to happen. People are just going to keep getting close to the line, and just before, jump the restart every time. Jump the restart. Jump the restart. I wouldn't be shocked if we start seeing it. So, I mean, bet at your own risk, because we don't even know what's going on now. And then Bob Pockris from Fox and a couple other reporters talked to the senior vice president of NASCAR, and they said that we ended up reviewing it and it was all good. And I went, "You're telling me you looked at that? You looked at that? You looked at the SMT data? You looked at every possible thing that you could see, and you called that a legitimate restart? Well, then you're higher than a fucking kite. All right." You're higher than me on mushrooms, walking through the forest, seeing children for some reason walking around at 2 a.m. And there definitely was no children walking around. All right. It was 2 a.m. on a Saturday night in the middle of nowhere. I was the only one. You're higher than a kite. I don't even know what to say, man. I mean, that's my breakdown. That's my breakdown of the Richmond Easter weekend races. This has been the HOT PASS Podcast. I just don't know what to say, man. I'm just happy that we barely lost any money this weekend. It should have been a profitable weekend, but continuously we keep getting screwed. But we'll eventually. What's good is we're not losing a lot of money like COTA last week. We won a lot of money back on college and baseball. And we made all that money back and more. So, and then coming out even on Xfinity, and then 0.6 of a unit lost on Cup Series. So there's no harm, no foul. At least in these terrible short track weekends, we're not losing a bunch of money. You know what's unfortunate, though, is in a couple of weeks, about 2.5 weeks, I'm going to Talladega, and that very well could be either a very big weekend or an absolute disaster. But I'm going into Martinsville with some hopes of doing really well. You know, it's another short track. It's another shit show of we're probably going to be pouncing around for 3 hours in each race, not being able to. Actually, the Xfinity Series is different. You can actually pass in those cars. But with the, I think the Truck Series is there too. Did they go there twice? Yeah, so 7:30 p.m. on Friday too. So the Truck Series and Xfinity you'll be able to pass will be exciting racing. I'm happy that we've got 2 truck races at Martinsville this year because they're very exciting. And then the Cup Series is going to be probably just a boring one, and hopefully we can come out on top with it. Do I have some early picks for you guys when the lines open? I mean, with the Truck Series, it's going to be really interesting because Corey Heim and Christian Eckes are going to be up there, probably leading a lot of laps. I mean, Sammy Smith is coming down. He's going to be in the number 7 Spire truck. I just think there's going to be a lot of favorites. I think we got to wait till a lot of practice. I got to do more research, but I just want to pull up to see like how a Ben Rhodes does here and stuff. I just want to see how Ben Rhodes does at Martinsville. I want to give you guys a little bit of an early pick. I mean, for Xfinity, I'm giving you guys Sam Mayer immediately. Sam Mayer immediately. Take it and run with it. He's going to be good. Martinsville. You know what? He's not bad. I think it said, what did he say? Martinsville for Ben Rhodes. 13 races, 8 top 10s, and 4 top 5s. That's actually not bad. That's actually pretty good. Last year he finished 6th, 2022 5th, 7th in 2021, and 2nd in 2020. He's finished 2nd twice here at Martinsville. So, and he's qualified the last 3 years at Martinsville. Because they've only come here once for a little bit. It's the first time they've come twice in a year since 2019. So he's qualified 3rd here in the last 3 years. So I would take a Ben Rhodes early on. If we can get like a half decent line on a Ben Rhodes, I would take that and then get a top 5. He's probably going to qualify well here. I mean, it's just, I want to fucking give you guys Ty Majeski, but what he did at Bristol, I mean, it's because he's probably going to be, he's going to qualify well. And Christian Eckes is going to be up there. If you can get a Christian Eckes top 5 for plus money, hammer the shit out of it. Grant Enfinger, I'm not too sure because of the new team, the new truck. I'm not too sure on him. So we're going to do some more research, but I would take a Ben Rhodes. That's my early pick for the weekend. Take the longest line you could find. Wait till usually about Thursday. Wednesday night, Thursday morning is when all the lines really start coming out. Thursday morning, Thursday throughout the day is when all the top 5 markets usually come out on Bet365, Caesars, fuck Betway. For top 5 market and outrights and everything, DraftKings, so on. And then, Sam Mayer for Xfinity. That's my early pick. Do I have an early pick for Cup? I mean, you got to take Martin Truex, don't you? Let me just pull this up. I mean, I feel like you have to take Truex. I mean, he's been very fast. He's finished consistently in the top 5s. He's led a lot of laps. In 36 races, he has 16 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 3 wins here. He started here first in the fall race. Why won't you fucking zoom in? Oh, you're zooming the wrong way. In 2023 fall race, he started first and then 5th in the spring race. He finished 3rd in the spring race last year. He also won, it's the Gen 6 car, but he won in 2019 fall, 2020 spring, and then 2021 spring. And then 4th in 2021. Yes, 2022, he finished 22nd and 20th. That was not a good year for Truex. Take that out, we'll throw it away. Then he comes back with a 3rd and 12th finish. 12th, he had some issues at Martinsville fall. He was not very good in the playoffs, so I crumple that up and I throw it out. We're taking Martin Truex. It is confirmed. Martin Truex to win at Martinsville. Martin Truex, Martinsville. It all adds up. Oh, fucking baby. And if Ryan Truex is racing at Martinsville this coming weekend in Xfinity Series, we're doing the Truex combo pack. Okay, we're going to do the Truex parlay. Okay, we're calling it the Truex combo pack. Pack it up, take it, or leave it. We're doing it both. Ryan Truex will be in a Joe Gibbs car as well. So, okay, that's been the Hot Pass Podcast. Hopefully you enjoy it when I get heated and fucking mad as hell. Listen to the Hot Pass Podcast wherever you guys get your podcasts, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever. It's available everywhere. The YouTube episode will be either available later Monday night or Tuesday morning for your ears and your eyes. Make sure to like, rate, and share. Subscribe to the podcast. It really does help out the numbers. I'm trying to work on some sponsorships right now, so hopefully we can get some sponsorships for the podcast. All right. It's Martinsville this coming weekend. You guys will hear me for the Friday morning betting show, and the Kyle Steckley interview will be coming out this Wednesday. I promise you that. So this Wednesday is a special episode of the Hot Pass Podcast interview with Kyle Steckley, a young and up and coming prodigy from Canada, Milverton, Ontario, in the short track world. Okay. So the Friday morning betting show, Truck Series, and Xfinity lines are all exclusive to that. And make sure to follow me at @FurlongEric_ on all my social media, on Instagram and X mainly, for all my early picks. My Action Network is the link tree in the bio on X and Instagram. So you can see all my Cup Series bets and any early picks. I try and post them on X and Instagram for you guys, just to make sure you guys know that I've got really good lines for you. All right. That's been the Hot Pass Podcast. I hope you guys have a great week. If it's beautiful wherever you guys are, get outside, get a little active, maybe go to the gym, get a little pump on, show off for the girls. And if you're a girl, show off them booty cheeks. Fucking flex it. We're getting fucking crazy. It's getting too hot in here. I need to have a nap. All right. Enjoy your week. We'll talk to you guys on Friday. And yeah, we'll see you later. Peace.